start practicing to not say the word believe. You wanted to start practicing this. I know or I don't know. Believe is very convenient for us to use. Sometimes it is a little irresponsible. We're going to be talking about this thing. You know, the big headline, right? The big headline is, it's called Stop Believing. Right? Again, that is a great intro, great hook, because it's like, what do you mean by stop believing, right? Boss, what do you mean by that, right? Because we need to believe, right? We need to believe on everything that is going on with life. Am I right? I thought about that too, stop believing, right? I was like, hey, Chuck, tell me, what are you talking about? What do you mean by stop believing? And he said, I have been thinking, right, when we were in COVID, right? And I realized that it's a distinction. There's a distinction between belief versus no. I really know that the reason why we also have a lot of miscommunication is because a lot of time we believe in ourselves, but we don't know about ourselves. Okay, so it's believe versus no. We notice that there is a distinction between believe and no, and right now we are very overused with the word believe. We're overused with the word believe. So, my friend, he's technically my coach, right? One of my mentor. He said, well, once upon a time, he need to go to the airport and he only have a limited amount of time, right? So he said, I need to get to the airport in 30 minutes. Can you bring me there, right? And then the taxi driver say, I believe that I can bring you there in 30 minutes. And then he said, no, I didn't ask you believe whether you can do it or not. I wanted to know whether you know that you can do it or not, because there's a huge distinction. And at that time, I didn't even know that there is a distinction, but then I realized that there was a distinction right after that. So back to the taxi driver, right? So long story short, at the end, Chuck did not make it to the airport. Because the guy said, I told you, right? I believe I can make it there in 30 minutes. I didn't tell you that I know that I can make it there in 30 minutes. So you wanted to catch yourself on how you say things, and also really realize, do you really know that you can finish that job on time? Or do you believe that you will try your best to get it done? Because a lot of time, I even realized that myself as a client, right? Sometimes when you say, I believe that, hey boss, I believe I'll get this thing done, I hear it as, I know you will get it done. And at the end, when it did not get done, I get upset, right? And you are kind of upset too, but in your mind it's like, well, I just told you that I believe I have the ability to get it done. But I don't know whether I can get it done or not. Does it kind of make sense? So then, what we want you to do is start practicing to not say the word believe. Because you believe, it just technically means that you think you can do it, but you're not sure. When you say you believe, you just think you might be able to do it, right? And kind of like what Hygiene say, right? I believe Santa exists. Why is it believe? Because it's make-believe. Because I believe that if Santa exists, my world is going to be better. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to believe. You know what I mean? It's okay for you to believe some magical things that, that exist in the world. Am I right? There's nothing wrong with that, okay? I don't want you guys to think that there's not anything wrong with it. However, whenever you think, like, it's a belief, it's a thinking. So then, my my mentor was asking me, well, are you going to spend time to figure out whether it is, so you believe, but do you know or you don't know that Santa Claus really exists? Do you know Santa Claus exists or you don't know Santa Claus exists? So when you have the belief, then you have to really try to move them into whether you know or you don't know. So, everything that's on the belief side, you want to spend time, and then you want to figure out, okay, so the truth is, I know or I don't know, right? But again, it's okay for you to think that, man, I just want to keep it there as a belief, right? But just know that belief doesn't mean that it's a fact. But a lot of time what we do is when we think, we believe, right? I believe that my boss is upset, right? Where we always talk about where your focus go, your energy flow, right? Sometimes some of you guys will get upset. Oh man, Phyllis, I think my boss is mad at me. Or maybe stronger, I believe that my boss is mad at me, right? And a lot of time I ask you, do you have a conversation with them? Do you know that they're mad at you? Oh no, I don't. So why are you upset? Don't be upset, yeah, because You don't know whether they're upset at you or not. You didn't clarify and verify to know whether they are or they are not. Am I right? So that's why we call it stop believing, because sometimes you believe in the wrong thing because it's just all in your head and you didn't clarify and verify. It is not a fact. Belief does not equal to fact, right? Kind of last week when I was, sending you guys that recordings, right? I believe that I was not lucky, and that has brought me up for the last 40 years, right? I'm 40 this year, but I realized that it was not a fact. The fact is I am lucky. The fact is I'm lucky, but I believe that I'm unlucky, and thus I craft my path based on a belief. So stop believing. When your client asks you a question or your family asks you a question, right? Do you think you can get this done today, right? Maybe you can tell them, I know that I will be able to get done 50%. I will try my best to finish it today, but I know I can at least get it done 50%. Sometimes we're very eager to please our client, so we are going to say that I believe I can get it done, right? I believe I can get it done. Whatever you think about that word believe, you better clarify that. Because when you say you believe, that means that you think you can, but that is not a fact. Right now, right, I believe that my internet is working, but I don't know whether it's gonna be really reliable or not. Because it's not my home. I cannot guarantee you the result, right? So again, if you want to be an amazing virtual assistant, amazing business partner, amazing partners, right? You wanted to start practicing this. I know or I don't know. Belief is very convenient for us to use. Sometimes it is a little irresponsible, right? Because I believe so, right? That's the word, I believe so. One time I almost killed my husband. it was a boyfriend at that time. So if, he didn't work out, I think we'll be okay. Since we're not married at that moment. So in United States, we have this thing called airborne. Do you guys have one of those fuzzy things, like a big piece like this, and you put it in the water when you have issue with your digestive system or something like that? You go down, it just fuzz and it become like a cup of water, and then you drink it. Can you guys hear me? So anyway, that thing is really that yang big, okay? It's like a quarter, it's really big, okay? And he is a very aggressive guy, let me put it that way. And in the past, he get mad all the time, okay? So he was like, okay, how should I eat this thing, right? And I was trying to read the label, and he's like, come on, just tell me already how to eat this. I say, I believe you just swallow it, right? I mean, pills, it's always swallow, right? Yeah, hydrate tablet. So he's like, oh, okay. So then he put it in, and it stuck on his throat because it's so big. And then he started foaming out from the mouth. He started foaming, right? All the foam is coming out because there's a lot of saliva coming out, right? He's like, what am I gonna do? And I was laughing because when I'm nervous, I laugh a lot. I don't know what to do because I don't know how to eat it. But when he pressured me, I just say, I believe you just pop it in and then we'll figure it out, right? I mean, that's what you do with pills. Long story short, right? I was laughing. I don't know what to do with him. So at the end, he just put his finger in there and just puke out that that tablet. And the good news is because, there's a lot of saliva, so it make it a lot smaller. Yeah, kind of like that Mentos cup. And then, that tablet just pop out, right? So I didn't kill him. So thank God, right? Thank God I didn't kill him. But again, that is a huge distinction. I believe you just pop it into your throat and everything will work fine. But the truth is, I should find out that I know that you should pop it in. But the truth is, I know that you shouldn't be popping that into your throat. You should throw it into a cup with water, dissolve it, and drink it. Yeah, it was hilarious, dude. Like, I don't know what to do at that moment. But now it really made me think about it, right? It's like, hey, I think I'm sick, right? Doctors, right? If you go to a doctor's, right, and you're really sick, right, you feel like you're gonna die, right? And the doctor said, yeah, I believe you have COVID, and I believe I need to give you this shot. When the doctor say that, how would you feel? Doc, are you sure, right? Or maybe the doc say, yeah, I believe the cancer is on your intestine and not in your kidney. So what we're gonna do, we're just gonna cut out your intestine and just keep your kidney available. Would you like that answer? No, boss. No, doc. Can you just let me know? Like, do you know, is it in the kidney or is it in the intestine before you open me up, right? Because belief doesn't count in this shenanigans here, right? Same thing here. I understand we are a virtual assistant. We might can easily change some word, change some stuff, change whatever. Am I right? But sometimes that is it's an expensive mistake. You get what I'm saying? So you need to know and don't just believe. Okay? And also please catch your awesome, phenomenal, outstanding bosses too, right? If they say, yeah, I believe we can make that happen by Friday. Boss, do you believe or do you know? I don't want your client to get pissed off at us. So do you believe or you know? Right? Hey boss, are we working on Thanksgiving? Well, I believe, we will definitely take the Thanksgiving off, but I believe, maybe not. So boss, do you want to know whether I'm going to show up or not show up? Right? Do you believe I'm going to show up or do you believe I'm not going to show up? Just let me know. So I will, you want me to be a magician? I will. If you don't want me to show up, I won't, right? So do you know you need me or you don't know you need me? Don't tell me that you believe you might need me because that is not a good statement for me. Does it kind of make sense? A lot of time miscommunication happen in the gray zone. Okay? So again, believe and know, there is a gray in between right there. So again, if you don't want to get fired, right? You want to be super awesome with your client. You want to make sure that you deal with everybody correctly. Never stay in that gray zone. It's either you know or you don't know, okay? But not in between where the belief is at, okay? So it's either you know or you don't know, but try not to stay in the believing piece too much, okay? Because again, if you're in the medical field, you might be screwing out one of the patient. If you're in the law firm, right? You might be putting people in jail because of your mistake. You cannot sleep with that. Am I right? And in real estate, you might get your client a lawsuit because the information wasn't accurate. So always clarify and verify. Because ultimately, chances is 9 to 10 times you won't get into any trouble, right? Because we're going to sue you from it. But would you feel good, like as a human, would you feel good that you screwed up somebody because of you? Am I right? So make sure that you know where the boundaries is at. Okay?